Today's a little different. Sit down video. And we're going to be talking about a bike. What bike, you might ask? This bike. So, it's a Bridgestone. MB3, I believe. My friends over at Topo Designs make these little corner bags, triangle bar bags, a bunch of apparel, backpacks, lots of cool stuff. They're great people. They're actually local to me here in Fort Collins, and they wanted to build a bike with me. They brought me the frame, not the cat, but yeah, we kind of threw something together in the style that I like most. I wanted to make what I believe to be the perfect Fort Collins townie. The whole process was really fun. They dropped the frame off, threw a couple parts that they had kicking around with the bike. The front wheel came with it. It's probably not original, the bike, but it's pretty cool. And then it had these Ritchie Logic cranks, which I'm very happy about. Those are dope. It did have a C's bottom bracket, so I went through and had fun with that. The whole build process and riding was shot by them and will go live on their channel now, I think. I'll link it somewhere in the video, wherever that video now lives. But it was super fun process. So I wanted to talk about a little bit how I go through and decide what's going to go on any given bike, if that's okay with you. So Fort Collins, as a city, is pretty flat. Really, unless you're going up into the foothills, you could probably get away with just having a single speed. There's not many hills in town, not a lot of climbing. So we went with a super short gear range with a big chainring. So this bike's fast, but it has a few gears just to kind of push around some gravel trails, some local little river cutties, that kind of stuff. So on here we've got an Exage 400 LX, very nice, hooked up to a Shimano friction shifter. This is a 7-speed, and it's just a little short Shimano cassette. That's all you really need. It's super simple. Up front, we've got a nice wolf tooth chain ring to keep that chain on. I like that a lot. I think a good chain ring with a short cassette works great. It's great for around town. Also on the drivetrain, you got the MKS Lambda pedals. Those are pretty cool. So this whole bit here, it's nice and simple. It's cheap. You can find it anywhere. You can reuse parts off a million bikes. The friction shifter allows it so that you could swap this derailleur out at really any time if you're feeling like it. For the wheels, they're basic double wall 26er wheels. I think this one's a Parallax hub with the spokes kind of starting to patina a bit, which I kind of thought was cool because the frame is not perfect. It's been used and abused. It's been through life. Still a great frame. It's a Bridgestone, but the wheels, they kind of go ahead and match the whole general vibe of the frame. For tires, I went with the Ultra Dynamico Mars 26 2.2s, question mark. Depending on the rim, your actual tire width will be different. But I really, really love these Ultra Dynamico tires. They roll super fast if you run them at like, I think I run mine at like 30, 35-ish. They roll super fast and they have plenty of grip on all the little like gravel trails that we have around town. So this is my ideal tire for kicking around town. And bonus, they come in red, kind of matches the vibe of the bike. Moving up, we got the Shimano V-brakes. Shimano V-brakes offer you a little bit of extra stopping power from Caney brakes. I have Caney brakes on some bikes. I have V-brakes on some bikes. I tend to build more with V-brakes for bikes that I'm giving people that don't understand when something is wrong, if that makes sense. Candy brakes can be a little bit more fiddly, just with like adjusting and all that kind of stuff. So the V-brakes, they're simple. They normally just work and you don't have to worry about it until you need some new brake pads. So easy enough. Those brakes are hooked up to the Shimano Servo Wave Action levers. I like those levers. They're cheap, they're easy to find. You can get them pretty much anybody's used parts bin, and they work really well. And I think they look good, so, you know. The brakes, we got your shifter, Uri grips. That was actually a request from them. I agree. I think they look very good on this bike. Era correct. And then we went with the Vel Orange Serene bars. Serene, whatever they are. I'll put them here. But they're dope. They got a little bit of sweep. They got a little bit of rise. They're nice and wide. You can cut them down a little bit if you want. But for a towny commuter kicking around bike, I think it's a great bar. Very comfortable. I had a good time romping it around. It was very comfy. Seat post, I honestly don't know what seat post that is. It came from a parts bin, but it fit the frame, so works. And then we do have a turbo saddle, which is cool. Turbos, they just look classic. They look nice, and look at it. That looks nice. That was also another one of the parts that the Topo crew picked out for the bike. So all in all, this entire bike, to me, is what most people in Fort Collins should be riding. Or if you live somewhere similar, there's a relatively flat city with a good amount of like backstreet gravel, hobo trails, whatever you want to call it. This is a perfect bike. It's simple. It's just easy to use, to work on, to ride. This is what the perfect commuter is to me. Every time I film in the backyard, I feel bad because I'm inconveniencing all the neighbors. Everybody's so nice. They see me filming and then they go back inside so they don't ruin the clip, but I don't care. I have a mic on. Where was I? Oh yeah, this is the perfect commuter. And to me, when you go to pick a frame, there's really only like two things you need to look for. One, does it fit you? Okay, it fits you, that's good. Two, get something with this derailleur hanger right here. It's welded on, or it's brazed into the frame. It's a part of the frame. It's not a sliding thing with the claw. It's in the frame. Get that. If you buy a complete bike, then you know that what goes on it, you can pull stuff off and measure it and make sure it fits and find better versions of whatever you want. Cool. When starting with a frame, it's harder. I don't know where I'm going. So yeah, I need to give a huge thank you to Topo Designs. They were some of the first people who reached out to me and wanted to support me. If you didn't know, I've done a little bit of modeling for them. Quinn and I were in their spring collection of last year, I think. Was it spring? I think it was spring collection. Super fun time. They're great people, great to work with. And I'm stoked I got to build them a bike. If you want to see the bike, I think it's going to be hanging up in the Fort Collins Topo Design shop, I think. Or they're going to ride it, which is also cool because bikes are meant to be ridden. Bikes can be art too, but you know. I got to deliver the bike, hand it over to them, and I probably won't see it for a while. It's kind of sad. It's been in my garage, and I kind of rip around the streets a little bit, so I might miss it. Maybe I'll build something similar soon. Yeah. Well, thanks thanks for being here and watching. If you feel like supporting the channel, you can click all the buttons and comment, do those things. Appreciate it. Yeah. I'll see you in the next one.